The SSC CGL 2026 notification is officially out with 12,256 tentative vacancies. While that is a significant number of seats, the timeline is tight. You have exactly 100 days until the Tier 1 exam begins in August. Aspirants are particularly focused on the Assistant Audit Officer post. There are 1,170 slots available for this Level 8 position, which remains the only gazetted post in the CGL lineup. High vacancy numbers often suggest an easier path to selection. However, a specific structural update in this year's notification will disrupt the preparation of anyone relying on the pacing of previous years. The sheer volume of vacancies becomes irrelevant if you cannot adapt to the redesigned mechanical constraints of the Tier 1 exam. For the 2026 cycle, the fluid, self-paced 60-minute testing window has been removed. You no longer have the freedom to move between subject areas at will. This comparison matrix shows the shift. Candidates are restricted to 4 locked 15-minute blocks for math, English, reasoning, and general knowledge. Now, the software prevents you from rushing through the GK section in 5 minutes to use that extra time for mathematics. This mechanical shift makes the habit of borrowing time across subjects obsolete. You have to rebuild your exam reflexes around these fixed 15-minute intervals. The 15-minute limit changes the primary challenge of the exam. Success is no longer about how you distribute your hour, it's about how rapidly you can execute within a fixed window. This quadrant chart illustrates the risk of current habits. Complex, multi-step math problems drain your rigid 15-minute limit for low return. Instead, ruthlessly prioritize one-liner questions. To survive the timer, instantly skip problems requiring more than a single pass. For Tier 1, deep conceptual mastery is a disadvantage if it slows your pace. Your reflexes are now more important than your ability to solve difficult problems. With only 100 days remaining, the math for live-streamed classes doesn't add up. Their slow daily pace makes covering the full syllabus before the August deadline nearly impossible. Many candidates are shifting to 100-hour video-on-demand courses. These recorded modules condense months of material into a few weeks of focused study. The trade-off for this speed is the loss of a live learning environment. Without a set class schedule or real-time Q&A, you have to rely entirely on your own discipline to finish the modules. Moving away from the comfort of live instruction is a necessary choice to meet the Tier 1 timeline. This rigid pacing continues into Tier 2. The most critical sections of the final exam now operate on their own micro-timers. This chart shows the Tier 2 breakdown: 30 minutes for 30 math questions and 30 minutes for 30 reasoning questions. You are forced into a strict ratio of exactly 60 seconds per question. There is also the 15-minute computer knowledge qualifying section. While it doesn't contribute to your final rank, it forces you to divert prep time away from your main scoring subjects. The risk here is disqualification. If you fail to meet the qualifying mark, your scores in math and English are discarded, regardless of how high they are. To succeed in 2026, you must choose a strategy based on your current experience level. Applying a general plan will likely lead to failure under these new timers. Veterans must break the habit of time shifting by switching exclusively to 15-minute sectional tests. First-timers should use VOD crash courses on high-yield topics to qualify. AAO aspirants must manage Paper 3 without slowing their core Paper 1 calculation speed. Identifying your specific baseline ensures your study plan doesn't backfire when the clock starts. The 2026 exam marks a shift in what the SSC values. The system now prioritizes execution speed over sheer intellectual depth. Successful candidates won't necessarily know the most math. They will be the ones with the sharpest reflexes inside a locked 15-minute window. It is time to stop preparing for an exam format that no longer exists. Calibrate your 100-day countdown to these new rules and start your first 15-minute drill today.